Hello, soulmates. You are watching my YouTube channel, Emma's Global Fashion. Here I want to teach you on how to cut cow neck. Cow neck is a draping style in the front of the blouse or dinner gown. So the first thing, this is my tape rule, this is my pattern paper, and this is my marker, this is my scissors, this is my French cuff, my ruler. So now you are familiar with the basic body. This is the body patterns. I've drawn the line down from here to this is the bust line, this is the half length, this is my hip length, and this is the sewing allowance. And the shoulder I'm working with here today is 15. You divide it to 2, it will give you 7.5. Then you will add half inch to that 7, making 8. This is the 8 I choke. Then you come down by 1.5. That's what I choke. The neckline I'm working with is 3 by 3. Then you connect the neckline with your French cuff. Remember I told you that to come down by 1.5. This is it. This is what I choke. You measure the armhole, which is 7.5. Then you go in by 3/4. It will give you this. Then when you are choking your armhole, ensure that you withdraw it from the point where the slanting of that shoulder stop, that is 1.5. Then let the cuff touch the center that you went in with and the line. So this is how your armhole is supposed to look like. Now to start, remember that the bust I'm working with is 38. 38 divided by 4, it will give you 9.5. So you chop that 9.5. This is my 9.5. Then I'm adding 1.5 as my sewing allowance. You can add 1. This sewing allowance depends on how the choice of individual. You may want the top to be free, to be a little free, or to be, if you want it to grip you, then you use 1. Then here we are adding that. So my waist is 34. This is 34. 34 divided by 4, it will give you 8.5. This is my 8.5 plus 2 inches. That's my 2 inches. Then you come down to the hip line. This is the hip line. The hip I'm working with is 41. 41 divided by 4, it will give you 10.25. This is my 10.25. Then you add 1.5. Then you connect those lines together. So this is our basic body for the front part. Before I cut the back pattern, I have to include my dart allowance. So before you get your dart allowance, you have to know your nipple to nipple. You use it to chop from the half length. This is my nipple to nipple, 4 inches. Then you come up to the bust line and chop it. And you come to the down part also to chop it. So this is our dart line. With the darts, from the half length here, from this half length you go up by 5 inches. So you draw your dart like this. Then you come down by 4. Come down by 4 inches to making 9. This is your dart. So this is how the front part will look like. This is our dart. So this is how you will cut it. Then before I do the slashing of the front part, let's cut out the front out. So this is the back pattern that we have to draw. So this is the measurement for the back. This is my bust line, this is my waist, and this is the hip length, and this is the armhole length. You all know you are familiar with the bodies. So now the shoulder we use for our front is 8. How do I get it? The shoulder is 15 divided by 2. It gives us 7.5. 7.5 plus I'll give us 8. This is my 8. Then you come down by 1.1 inch. You come down by 1 inch. Remember the front one will come down by 1.5. Then you connect the neckline I'm working with. For the front I use 3 by 3. So this back one will be 3 by 1. 3 by 1. So then you use your French cuff. You can even use your hand. You can use your hand to connect. And remember, this is a zipper allowance for the back. This zipper allowance. Then you measure the slanting of your shoulder, which is 1. You come down by 1, the sloping of your shoulder by 1. And you will now measure the armhole. Whatever you get there, you divide it by 2. This is my middle point of the armhole. So you go in by 1. Remember, the front one will go in by 3/4. Then you connect. As you are connecting this line, remember that it has to touch the sloping of your shoulder to the point, the middle point of this place, and also so the shoulder will be like this. So now back to our circumference of the bust. The bust I'm working with is 38 divided by 4. It gives me 9.5. Then you chalk that 9.5. I told you that you can add 1 inch, but if you are beginners, you can add 1.5, because since your sewing is not yet accurate, you can add 1 so that it won't give you issue after sewing. So I'm adding 1. Then you come down to the waistline. The waistline here is 34. You divide it by 4 and it gives you 8.5. 8.5 is what I'm chalking here plus 2. Why am I adding 2? Because of that. Then you come down to the hip line. The hip I'm working with is 41 divided by 4. It gives you 10.25. 10.25, you chop it here plus 1 also. But I told you, if you are a beginner, you can add more than that, so that your sewing will not have issue. After you finish, then you connect. So this is how the back pattern will look like. Then remember, I told you that you have to remove 1.25 from the down side of the blouse. Why are we removing this this 1.25? Because we don't want sharp neck at the side of the. So it will, as you have cuffed it now, it will bring out the beauty of the. So this is our pattern will be. Remember, this is the bust points. This is our waist, and this is our hip, and this is the sewing allowance. Then this is our shoulder. This is the zipper allowance. So this is how the pattern of the back will look like. Then I cut. So this is how the back pattern will look like. This is our front pattern. Remember, I told you that you have to chalk from the shoulder to this line. You chalk it. I use 1.1, but I will later use 2. I use 1.1. I've marked 1.1. This line. We will now spread this line. Then remember, this is our shoulder bust dart. You have to close this bust dart when you want to open it. So we have to open this one, you open this one and close this one, you can see. Then I've cut all these, you spread it like this, you spread it like this, but this spreading you have to showcase it in another paper, so we don't need our back pattern for now. So you will now place this one on another paper. So let me bring another paper for you to see how it will be spread. You can see this is how you spread it as we have patterned it. This is how it will look like. Remember, I close my side that this is how it will look like. So you can see I drew 1 inch, but I observed that 1 inch will be too much, so that's why I change it to 2 inches now. My cutting is 2 inches, but my marking is 1, but I change it to 2. So you can see, not that you not use that 1, but that 1 will make it fuller, so that's why I change it to 2. So this is how it will look like after you have done it. So after you have slashed, I've placed another paper under the pattern. This is what it will give you. You can see how I spread it. These are the one on top. You spread it under the new paper. So when you spread it, this is how it, you know, this is where the fabric, the spreading stop. You will leave like 2 inches up from where the paper stop. That's the one you will use to fold in like this. This is the one you will use to fold in to join for the neck. So this is how your pattern will look like. This is how you will place it on your fabric. This is the armhole, this is the shoulder. So by the time you are sewing it, it will fall back to cow neck. This is how to cut it. If this my teaching has been helpful, try to subscribe, like and comment. Thanks for watching Emma Biz Global Fashion.